Hey guys, Jables here. Finally back with another Force of Will deck profile. It was my locals today, and I played just this deck. This is mostly a fun deck, but I actually did fairly well. I got 4th place. Uh, we had like 10 people, but I was still proud of that. It did like a lot better than I thought it would, considering what it is. This is Little Red Wolf Girl Regalia deck. It is a 50 card Regalia deck. Uh, I originally saw the idea for the deck on DMO73 channel. I took that and I worked with it and kind of threw some stuff in, changed it up a little bit. But it was a really fun deck to play. I really enjoyed all my matches today. I had some great matches, and it was just did surprisingly well. So I'll get into it and see where it goes. Here we got Little Red Wolf Girl. Basically, your win condition, so if this dies, there's not much you can do. There is some things you can do, but it's an uphill battle. For resonators, run the Perceval. This is a Regalia deck, so every time you use this, you should hit a Regalia, and it's good for protecting Little Red. Then for Alice's Little Soldiers, it's draw power, and you can use it to block. I believe the build on DMO73 channel did not run any resonators. I ran resonators just because it gives me some more it gives me some defense and blocking ability, and this is draw power. Just you got to get to the moons, you got to get to Regalias, you got to get to that Marybell to get rid of that Deathscythe. For our Regalia lineup, run 4 Demon Sword, 4 Marybell. You gotta run the 4 Marybell because you need to see this to stop that Deathscythe, because in this deck you can't wait the turn because Little Red will flip back at the end phase. And the Laevateinn sword is really good with Little Red because it adds 2 damage to her inner ability when she deals 800 to a resonator, so you can potentially deal a lot of damage. I killed a Mephistopheles with this today. We run, oh yeah, and Marybell can also be, if you lose your Little Red like I did in one of my matches today, you can use Marybell as your offense. Pay 5 to make it a thousand attacker. So I actually had to do that today. We have 4 Artemis bow. This is more defense. You can tap it to deal 400 to target J resonator. So like it helps in the early game if you get these. If you get one, you can stop stuff like Hunter. You can stop some resonators from just poking you, and if you get multiples, you can stop pretty big stuff. I had 4 in my first match, and I killed a Mephistopheles with 4 of them. I took a lot of life point damage, but I had to get that Mephistopheles off the board. Then I run 2 of this mug here, mostly draw power. Actually, all this is draw power. Whenever your J roller does damage to an opponent or your opponent's J roller, draw a card. So you gotta keep your draw engine going. You want to draw into your moon so you can keep flipping a Little Red. 2 Excalibur, just for the pumping. The pumping is not really important. What is important is the imperishable. I didn't want to run a lot of these, so I just ran those just for the imperishable, really. Then I just tucked in 1 Deathscythe in the main deck, and I sided 3 others because there wasn't that many matchups where I really needed it. I sided, there's a Melgus Regalia deck in my last match that I put in those 3s, but that was it. And then 1 Deep Blue. Deep Blue came in handy because I can use it to search out my Alices, which are, since I run so few resonators and such a high card count, if I see this, I can search out my Alices, and I can produce red, which I do run red cards. That is it for our Regalia count. I ran quite a bit. Next, for the moons, I run 4 Pale Moons. Pale Moons was great because you can use it to bounce monsters or resonators, which is very important. Like you have to keep the field like in check. You have to play around them until you can start swinging in with little red. So this is really good to like get certain things off board, and then just like establish control. Then 4 Transcendent Moon, just to be able to flip, though the effect did come in, I guess it came in handy today, where it's essentially if your opponent has something like Gru's Ballesta, Feasting, magic special stones like that, they won't rest at their or they won't recover at the recovery phase. And then we have the 4 Moon Incarnation just to get to our moons. You want to see a moon as often as possible, so you always have the ability to flip little red. Then we run 4 Foresees, draw 2 cards. Like I said, you want to get to your removal cards, you want to get to your moons, you want to get to Regalias. You want to see Marybell in most matches, just in case they hit that Deathscythe. We get the Thunders, removal and can end games. We got the 2 Crown Punishment, more removal. Removal is very important. Like I had to keep the field under control, because if they got too many resonators out, I wouldn't be able to break through with little red, and they'd most likely win that. So I had to run this, and I ran a Sign to the Future and a Justice of Godswords. I was trying these at 1 each just to see which one I liked more, see if I wanted to run them at like one of them at 2. But this ratio worked out pretty good because they both came in handy in different situations. But I needed that field control just to keep the field in check, like I said, so little red could get through. But that's it for main deck. That's 50 cards. It did surprisingly well. For being a 50 card deck, I got to what I needed most times. I never really didn't have much of a problem. It's just the main problem that I had was against Cheshire Cats. I couldn't get through the Cheshire Cats because you couldn't hit them with little red or any of my removal. For my stone lineup, 3 Hearthcore. This should be 4, but I only had 3. I could only get 3 before the tournament. 4 Light Vapors, 2 Basic Waters, and 1 Basic Fire. One of these will be a Hearthcore when I get a 4th one. That is the deck, guys. It was really fun. A really fun deck. I did surprisingly well with it. I was really happy with my standing, getting 4th. My only loss was to Valentina, which was a really fun match. Like all my matches were fun today. This is a very fun deck to play. But I'll just have to see what I make next. But until next time, guys, thanks for watching. Jables out.